Hi, I'm Richard Burns, and thanks for coming to In the Flow, the channel for spiritual beings about spiritual beings. All of our episodes are embedded with transformational energy. Thus, as you watch, you can receive healing energy.
I am Christine Padovan. I'm first-generation American of Italian parents, and all the relatives actually are still there in the Veneto area of northern Italy. And what do I do? That's a really good question. I kind of look at myself as a intuitive energy healer. I look at myself also as a intuition coach. Another way to say it is embodiment coach, and a voice artist. And I've been doing that for quite some time. Growing up, I mean, there really wasn't anything that stood out to me to say, like I didn't hear voices or see visions per se, though I did like early morning hours. And I looked at that as my just very creative imagination, seeing winking lights in the air and images of a book, this big ancient book floating in the air and all that. And I just kind of shook that off as to, that's just my imagination. I'm just kind of making that up when that happens. And so nothing very traumatic, and I'm sure that was on purpose, to kind of not shake up everything. Just let me start reading books on ghosts and other spirit things, and just kind of gradually get immersed in all this. We all have the ability to heal ourselves. We do. Most people who think, oh, I have to go to a healer to get healing, it's more of the healer is taking the love you have for yourself and kind of sending it back to you. So it's, in a sense, I feel like I'm the conduit, so to speak, that's helping the person take their own love and energy and putting it back to them. Well, most of them come with the understanding that they've either read Dr. Mortar's The Energy Codes book. They have an understanding that there's more to life than just their religious training. They've become more spiritual. They understand that it helps to talk to someone if they're going through a rough patch with their job, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, family oriented, or what have you. So most of them come to me with an issue that's part of what's happening currently in the world. Such as a nurse who is seeing in the pediatric ward a lot of death, a lot of illness with young babies and children, and death, and feeling helpless, feeling as if, why are they a healer? Why are they a nurse if they're not able to save these children coming in, and feeling just feeling like a failure. And so these are people that kind of come to me. That's the main thing. They need reassurance. Are they on the right path with what they're doing? And basically reassuring them that they're not a failure. That everything happens for a reason. And when you're telling somebody that their loved one has passed on, trying to give them the assurance that their loved one actually still is here. They're not gone. You're not gone when you die. And there's always a reason why a young life is perhaps needed sooner rather than later on the other side. And that's what I've tried to, give to, in that instance, that kind of guidance. And they do feel better about it, because it's hard when we have so many, as the age of Aquarius that we're in right now, but now the old paradigm is really throwing a lot of conflict, and it's testing us, of how well can we manage what's happening to us and see through that this is really just a test and it's not really real, but it feels real for people who have to deal with it in a 3D sense, like as a nurse or as a counselor. So those are the type of people that come to me with those issues. I guess also what happens is, as I'm talking to the person, they're also kind of getting that healing feeling from me on whatever it is that they're coming to me for, even just talking remotely, and not even just doing a formal session or anything. So it's more of that. It's the stress of current events, family issues, adverse effects to COVID shots, things like that on the physical side that I also deal with. That was opened up to me about toxicity in certain medicines and other things going on in the world, and how to intuitively know if that's happening or not, and how to help people with that as well. So yeah, that's the kind of person that comes to me. So they're open and receptive. Otherwise, they wouldn't be contacting me if they didn't believe, didn't have some sort of belief system already in place. What I had figured out over the last 10 years, starting around 2013, with what was happening to me, and by that time, I had some experiences with poltergeist experiences, helping stuck spirits cross over, working with an Indian shaman, and of course being trained in sacred meditation and all that. So I already had some of that known to me back in 2013, and then my psychic gifts opening up, and then that being something that I then said, okay, this is real. This is real. I'm not just a little bit. I'm more than that. And that's another thing, is letting people know they have that ability as well. Every single being on the planet, besides animals and plants as well, have that ability to have psychic gifts, and they have them, but they're just not aware of it, or they want to block it. And there's all sorts of reasons why that happens. But the big thing I found was taking my science skills, and then now the new spiritual skills, and being able to discern in a situation through psychic and scientific means that a certain family member that I was through another my ex's family was slow poisoning members with heavy metals hidden by nanotech, and having to figure out what new testing means could unveil that. And I kind of figured things out. I guess the universe made that happen by accident, and how it then coincides with the COVID shots, that there's many people that have had adverse reactions, and the symptoms all match heavy metal toxicity symptoms. Part of that's quality control, part of that is the old paradigm, fighting very hard. So this is a test also for me to unveil to people why that's happening. Here's the reality of why this is happening, and what do you do to protect yourself and detoxify, and the natural means of protection, which was the same thing for detoxification. It's a natural substance, and I've even talked on the radio about it. My life's mission is for those who, because not everyone, as you know, Richard, is going to, so to speak, wake up, waken or wake up to their divinity, and to that we're all spiritual beings that need to work together to have a great blissful life together here on earth, is to help those who understand that there is something else out there besides just our jobs, just cars and buildings and physical things around us, that there is something more. But it's to help to guide people to understand that they have the power to heal themselves, to open up their intuition on their body, on their thoughts and feelings, and to guide the current medical establishment to do root cause testing. Because again, I'm also on the science side. We need full panel forensic testing to get past the nanotech that is purposely hiding toxins, metal and chemical toxins, creating health issues, and get that known to the masses. So that's it's a long life purpose. It's going to take some time. The company will eventually go global to do that as more people in each country get trained and understand all these new concepts that I uncovered. And so yeah, it's going to be, for me, it's a life purpose of a lot of work, a lot of speaking, doing radio, television, writing, seminars, all of that. So yeah, it's that's what I'm up to do.